man is back.
Oh, my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered.
This is your boy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. Back at it with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video for you guys. And this one is a bit serious, sentimental here. Because you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. I don't need to draw this out any further. I am doing this video basically remembering one Kobe Bryant. So here's the thing about me. I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a disclaimer here. I am a bit competitive, even with my sports teams. I'm a sports fanatic. I am a big time sports fanatic. I watch basketball. Obviously, that's my all-time favorite sport. So obviously, this hit home with me. Like football, I truly believe that the NCAA college football had the best regular season out of everybody because all their games are pretty exciting. The postseason is garbage, though. I watch the NFL. The NFL is really good. I like that. Whenever the Tigers are winning, I will watch baseball. Whenever the Red Wings are winning, I will only watch hockey in the playoffs. And sometimes I'll watch tennis just to see Venus and or Serena Williams. I'll watch golf only to see Tiger Woods. And like there's other sports, like even poker, the World Series of Poker. Like at one point in time, I was really into that. Where they had like an all-star, a superstars playing and things of that nature. Nowadays, I don't know who's a superstar in that world. So that's beside the point. But back on the top at hand, I'm a very competitive guy. So it wasn't like when it came to Kobe, it wasn't like throughout his entire career, I was like, oh man, Kobe is great. I hope he succeeds. I was really competitive. So I was mostly rooting for my Detroit Pistons. So I would be like, yo, I hope we make it to the NBA Finals. Yo, I hope we don't see Kobe Bryant. You know, stuff like that. I was really competitive. And believe it or not, like the Pistons and the Lakers, they have somewhat of a historical rivalry. It's not as big as the Celtics and Lakers in terms of historical rivalries, because in my opinion, there's no such thing as a rivalry in the NBA nowadays. I mean, there's some, but it's not really like that. But historically wise, it's the Lakers and the Pistons. Obviously, you're talking Isaiah Thomas against Magic Johnson. You talking, and then of course, this is like when I was really invested into the Pistons. Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Taysom Prince, and Rip Hamilton, Larry Brown, and that crew against the final moments of the Shaq and Kobe era with Phil Jackson. And of course, we basically swept them in 5. Like it should have been a 4-game sweep, but we you know, it went to overtime in game 2 in LA, and they got lucky and won that one. But it was basically a 5-game sweep. It was basically a 5-game sweep. But aside from me being competitive, I always look at Kobe as one of the top 10 greatest players of all time. You know, some people want to take him out and put in LeBron or whatever the case may be. I don't like, at one point in time, Oscar Robertson was in my top 10 because he was the only guy that averaged a triple-double in one season. That was until Russell Westbrook came around. So now I had to take Oscar Robertson out, and I can put LeBron in. I would not put LeBron over Kobe because Kobe got the rings, and he got that Jordan. You know, he's like the closest thing to Jordan since Jordan. And Jordan is the all-time greatest of all time. And Kobe is the second best. Well, you could call him a I think I'm going to call him shooting guard. Second best shooting guard ever. Some people may call him a small forward, but I call him a shooting guard. So, there you go with that. But looking back at Kobe's career, like he did a bunch of stuff, like real talk. Obviously, he scored 81 points in one game. I think that's the second most behind Wilt Chamberlain, who scored 100. And, you know, there was just like, he won all the championships. He won the first 3 with Shaq. And then he won 2 basically on his own, even though he had Paul Gasol and Juan Artest. I refuse to call that dude that other nickname, but that's beside the point. But, and he been through a lot of ups and downs. So, obviously, you know, when the Lakers sucked, he was still part of that squad. You know, he had that court case in Denver and stuff like that. And Lynn, check this out. The only pair of Kobe's I ever got was when he was with Adidas. Yeah, believe it or not, before he was with Nike, he was with Adidas. And there was these, I forgot what they call, but it was gray, like these gray Kobe Adidas. And I still got them to this day. It's been a long time since I worn them, but I still got them to this very day. And, you know, and again, you know, like I said, I'm a big time basketball fan, but I was really competitive. So it was like, there were some players that I like for example, you know, going back to the Jordan days and things of that nature, Reggie Miller was my all-time favorite player. And then past that, it was Kevin Garnett before he went to Boston. And then after that, it was like there was really nobody. You know, I was always rooting for the Pistons, and not them, then the Spurs. So that's another somewhat of a rival to the Lakers because, you know, you got Tim Duncan, who also won 5 rings, and he's the greatest power forward of all time. And in my opinion, he's in the top 10 of the all-time greatest players list and things of that nature, Mr. Fundamentals and stuff like that. So they were always, for the most part, competing with the Lakers. And when I say for the most part, I mean because the Spurs were always good. When they had Tim Duncan, they were always good. While the Lakers, sometimes they were good, other times they were not. That's why I say they were somewhat competitive with each other. But I had to say my all-time favorite Kobe moment was, you know, believe it or not, was his last game, rather. So for those of you who don't remember, what was also going on that night was the Golden State Warriors going for their 73rd victory. And this was big because no other team have won more games than the 1996 Chicago Bulls squad, where they won 72 games in an 82-game season. So that means they only lost 10 times. They only lost 10 times in one regular season. And the Golden State Warriors was going to pass that. They was about to go 73-9. And that was on TV at the same time as Kobe's last game. Guess what I was watching? I was watching Kobe's last game. Like, did I flip the channel over to Golden State? You know, like what, 3 times? Only a handful of times? I think I put the game up on my phone or my laptop, whatever the case may be, but my main TV was only on that Lakers game where they took on Utah at home. And Kobe went off at the end of the game and brought the Lakers back, and he scored 60 points, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, he scored 60 points in that game. And I think I was tearing up that night because I was like, this dude, why is he retiring? He can still play. Like, what is this? And I was tearing up that night because I will admit I did not want him to retire. I did not want him to retire that night. And I felt like he could have put a Vince Carter and went on 1 more year or something like that. Especially after scoring 60 on his last game ever. He scored 60 points, which is crazy. And that's probably my fondest moment right there of Kobe Bryant. So again, you know, I think I only seen him play at the Palace of Auburn Hills once. I want to say maybe even twice. I'm not 100% sure. But I did recall seeing him play in person, and no regrets regarding that. Wish I could have went to the NBA Finals when we took on the Lakers and won, because when we tried to get we was there for the Eastern Conference Finals. We was there in the second round. I remember that one, and I'm getting off topic here, where I think it was the Pistons against the Nets, the New Jersey Nets, and that game went to like triple overtime, game 5, and everybody was falling out, and everybody was tired. At that point, it was a playoff game. I think it was tied up 2-2 between us and the Nets. And I was like, bruh, I don't care who wins. I just want to go home. I'm tired. I was rooting for the Pistons, but I was in that state of mind. And, of course, we won the next 2 games. We won Game 6 in their house, and then we came back and won, obviously. And then we went on to win that championship. And I wish I was there in the Palace to see, you know, Game 3, Game 4, or Game 5. That would have been really, really sick. But all them tickets were sold out instantly, so we couldn't do it. But it was dope, like, you know. But Kobe's career, man, like, he had one heck of a career. And when the news broke about what happened, let me get you guys what was going on. So, in case you don't know, I have another channel, True Inferno's Pokemon Go Adventures. I was about to live stream on that same day when Kobe and Gigi and the 7 others died. Like, I was about to live stream that same day, and I think 40 minutes prior to when my live stream was supposed to go up, and I was like legit starting to set up. I got a text from one of my boys like, yo, did you hear Kobe died? I'm like, wait, what? Well, I didn't respond to him, but I'm just thinking to myself, what? No, like, that can't be. That got to be a joke. I got on Twitter. It was trending. Twitter broke. Like, there's certain parts of Twitter that broke that day. And I think it was on the news because my grandma heard about it. And I saw it on ESPN.com. Once I saw it, I'm like, no, actually, somebody from ESPN actually confirmed it on Twitter. I'm like, And then once I saw it on ESPN.com, I was like, dang. And obviously, like, we all died. Like, celebrities died. Like, for example, Prodigy's Mobb Deep, he died because of that cancer. And I was fortunate to see him perform live here at Mobb Deep. You know, they perform Quiet Storm, you know, the original and the remix, and you know, a few of the songs that I really like. So I was really fortunate to see him in person perform. That was really, really sick. You know, Nipsey Hussle died, you know, not that long ago. Paul Walker died. Yeah, you know, I think he died in the same month as Kobe, which is this month. Oh, not this month, last month, excuse me. And you know, a lot of celebrities died. Like even when Tupac and Biggie died, I was a kid back then. Like there's certain deaths where it's like it will impact you because of how close to home they are with you. So like if you were a rapper and the likes of Prodigy and Nipsey Hussle and Tupac, Biggie died, yeah, that would hit you. That would hit you. You know, like Jay Dilla, you know, that would hit you because, you know, he's a music producer. He's from Detroit. And then Nujabe is how you pronounce his name. He died the same year. Another producer, but he's from Japan. And you know, he did the beats for Samurai Champloo. But basically what I'm getting at is this. There's certain like celebrities that die and they will hit you. Some like more so than others. But when Kobe died, that took the world by storm. You know, and that one really hurts. And you can tell by everybody. Like a lot of people was really hurt by that. And I you know, I never met him in person, but I was really hurt by that. And I think it took me about like 5 to 6 days to like, for the most part, recover from that. Because like I said, I'm a big time basketball fan. I've been watching basketball ever since I was a kid. And I was always very competitive. So it wasn't like, oh, it's not like with me in the NFL where I'm like, yeah, I like the Lions. But if it's not them, then I want the Patriots. Then I went the Colts because they had Peyton Manning at the time. Then I went the Dolphins because I used to play as the Dolphins in some of those video games. The Buffalo Bills, the same reason. And then, you know, it's stuff like that. So, you know, I had all these teams that I would be rooting for. Like, even in college, football rather. If it's not the Wolverines, it would be TCU or Boise State, you know. And baseball, if it's not the Tigers, then it would be the Seattle Mariners because at the time, they had Ken Griffey Jr., you know, stuff like that. But with the NBA, it was either the Pistons or the Spurs. That was it. Everybody else, I didn't really care too much about. And the Lakers were included in that because I was very competitive. And since that's my all-time favorite sport, I was really competitive with that one. And while like some of the moments that happened involving Kobe, I was like, wow, that's crazy. But it wasn't like, you know, I was like a fan or I would root for him every single time. Because again, I was too busy rooting for the Pistons. And the only reason why I rooted for the Spurs was because I saw the Pistons within the Spurs. You know, so we talk about like a team that didn't really like, you know, that really was all about that superstar mentality, like just about every other team in the league. It was really all about the team and defense. And you know, that's why I can relate to the Spurs more so than any other team outside the Pistons, because they was like the close. So yeah, but again, man, like that really hit us, man. It really hit me big time. And I don't know how I got through that entire live stream that same day without tearing up, because like right afterward I started to tear up a little bit. And I was tearing up all week, like up to that Friday when the Lakers finally play a game since then. And I was tearing up that night. And then, you know, for the most part, I think I'm good. But it still hurts. Like, it really, really hurts. So, I'm going to call it a wrap. This was not one of the best remembering Kobe videos ever. But it's mine. So, I'm going to just live up to it. So, I'm going to call it a wrap. So, with all that said, y'all know who this is. This boy, New J Gatsby, a.k.a. New Stephen A. Smith. Saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.